Good day to our honored guests, families, and friends. On behalf of our Honorable Principal, Dr. Flormina P. Aure, our hardworking faculty members, our wonderful parents, aka our stay-at-home teachers, may I present to you the class of 2022. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Kimberly Chong, a certified public accountant in the state of California. Obtained my bachelor's degree in business administration, major in accounting, and graduated from San Francisco State University as a summa cum laude in the class of 2018. I am a senior auditor and running for a managerial role in the top 12 accounting firm in the United States. Marami sa inyo ang hindi nakakakilala sa akin, maliban sa mga gurong nariyan pa rin sa Luis Aguado National High School makalipas ang mahigit na 10 taon. Marahil ilan sa inyo ay nagtataka at nagtatanong kung sino nga ba ako at bakit ako ang naging guest speaker ngayong araw na ito. Isa ako sa mga estudyante na ipinasulat ni Ma'am Chona ng 500 words within 1 hour para sa aming free writing in journalism. Isa ako sa mga estudyanteng sumali sa broadcasting team ni Sir Mark kahit nabulol ako magsalita. Isa ako sa mga estudyanteng excited kapag si Ma'am Razon na ang pumapasok sa klase. Isa rin ako sa mga estudyanteng idinaan ang takot sa biro kapag kausap si Sir Piamonte. Isa ako sa mga estudyanteng nagpainit ng ulo ni Sir Dennis. At isa rin ako sa mga estudyanteng binigyan ng tough love ni Ma'am Tess. Bago ko makuha ang 3 letrang CPA kakabit ng aking pangalan at ang mataas na titulong summa cum laude mula sa isang mahusay na paaralan sa Amerika, isa rin akong estudyante ng Lance na punong-puno ng pangarap 13 years ago. Habang ipinapakilala ko ang aking sarili kanina, hindi ko maiwasang makaramdam ng lubos na saya at pasasalamat sa lahat ng taong naging parte ng aking journey. Hindi ko rin inakala na magbubunga ng ganito ang lahat ng aking sipag at pagtsatsaga. Sa bawat tagumpay at gantimpala na aking natamo, hindi ko maiwasang mamangha at mapatanong sa aking sarili, paano nga ba itong nakamit ng isang estudyanteng graduate mula sa Luis Aguado National High School, Class of 2022? Ito ang isang tanong na gusto kong bigyang kasagutan ngayong araw na ito. Naway magbigay ng inspirasyon ang kwento ng aking buhay sa inyo. 12 years ago, before my family immigrated to America, I was nothing but a simple girl with a big dream. Lumaki ako sa Taguig kung saan ako nag-aral ng elementarya at first 3 years of high school. Pangalawa sa 3 magkakapatid na itinaguyod ng isang single mother. Hindi kami lumaki sa marangyang buhay. Ibang-iba sa aming buhay na tinatamasa ngayon. Katulad nyo, isa ang aming pamilya sa mga na-relocate sa Southville 13 noong taong 2007. Dahil sa hirap ng buhay, minabuti ng aming pamilya na sumugal sa lugar na ito at harapin ang bagong panimula. Sa 13 ako namulat at natutong maghanap buhay bilang isang service crew sa Jollibee kung saan ko rin nakilala si Sir Alain bilang aking favorite na trainer. Sa 13 nahubog ang aking pagkatao at dito rin nagsimula ang lahat para sa akin. Noong taong 2008, nag-enroll ako as a 4th year student sa Lance, baon-baon ang isang napakalaking pangarap ng mga panahong yon, ang maging class valedictorian. Kaya nga gayon na lamang ang saya ko nang maimbitahan ako maging speaker ngayong araw na to. Sa totoo lang, isa ito sa aking mga dream come true dahil nung ako yung graduate, pinangarap ko na ako ang magbigay ng valedictorian speech sa aming batch. Ginawa ko ang lahat upang ako ang maging number 1 sa academics at sumali rin ako sa lahat ng contest, sa lahat ng clubs na kahit escort ng makaawa kong maiboto, maidagdag ko lamang sa aking extracurricular activities. Hindi lang sa dahil akong competitive student at gusto kong maging proud sa akin ng aking pamilya. Sinubukan ko maging class valedictorian dahil gusto ko makapag-aral ng kolehiyo. At dahil sa hirap ng buhay namin noon, alam kong tanging mga scholarships lamang ang magiging daan upang makapagpatuloy ako ng pag-aaral. Kaya't kinailangan ko maging pinakamatalino at pinakamahusay sa klase. At dahil nga rin sa hirap ng aming buhay, naintindihan ko na tanging edukasyon lamang ang magiging daan upang maiahon ko sa hirap ang aming pamilya. Ngunit sa kabila ng lahat ng aking pagtsatsaga at pagpupursige, Hindi ako ang naging valedictorian, kundi ang aking best friend. Hindi rin ako ang naging salutatorian, first honorable mention lamang. Kaya't gayon na lamang ang aking pagkadismaya at pangihina ng mga oras na yon. Talunan at walang patutunguhan. Yon ang naging tingin ko sa aking sarili. Ang tanging nasa isip ko lang ng mga oras na yon ay, tapos na ako at ang mga pangarap ko. Marahil ilan sa inyo ay ganun din ang nararamdaman ngayon. Sa kabilang banda, sa wakas, graduate na ng high school. Sa kabilang banda naman, okay, tapos ng high school, ano nang gagawin ko? Ito rin ang naitanong ko sa aking sarili after high school. Akala ko nga hindi ako makakapag-college, ngunit mabuti na lang at nakapasa ako sa PUP Santa Mesa at naipagpatuloy ang pangarap dahil sa 12 peso per unit. Doon ko sinimulang aralin ang accountancy, ngunit hindi rin nagtagal at tumigil ako dahil kinailangan na namin pumunta dito sa Amerika. Siguro iniisip nyo na simula nang pumunta kami dito sa Amerika ay naging madali na ang buhay namin. Pero diyan kayo nagkakamali. Hindi naging madali ang proseso dahil kailangan ko magsimula muli as a freshman sa college. Hindi rin naging madali dahil kailangan ko maging working student sa loob ng 5 taon upang tustusan ang pangangailangan ng aming pamilya. But despite all the setbacks and the hardships that I had to go through, none of them faced me. None of them stopped me from achieving my dreams. By perseverance and personal commitment, coupled with the goodness of God, throughout my life, He has showered blessings upon blessings, victories after another, generously without failing. Slowly and steadily, together with God, we were able to fulfill all of my dreams one at a time. And all the while, He was patiently teaching and molding me to be the person that I am today. And I believe that God also has bigger plans for your life, so don't stop now. Ngunit batid kong hindi naging madali ang nakalipas na 2 taon, especially because of the pandemic. Mahirap na nga ang buhay, mas pinahirapan ng pandemya. Pero kung meron mang isang bagay na itinuro ang COVID-19 sa akin, yun ay ang life is short and therefore we have no time to waste. I am telling you my story for the very same reason why God delayed my valedictorian speech 13 years later. It is to tell you the message of faith, hope, and love now more than ever. Faith. There are 2 facets of faith that I want to talk about. First and foremost is our faith in God. Throughout our lives during our ups and downs, regardless of your faith and religion, we all had a crossroads or encounter with God. And today, in this very moment, is the most important crossroads of your life. If there is one thing that I want you to get out of from this message, it is to have faith in God. Trust in Jesus Christ and give your lives fully to Him. This message will bear no impact and no purpose if I don't share you this message. Nandito ako ngayon at pinapanood nyo dahil sa Kanya. Second is faith in yourself. Siguro naman narinig nyo na ang mga salitang nasa Diyos ang awa, nasa tao ang gawa. Always have faith in yourself, even in the face of fear, unknown, disappointment, and discouragements. Nung hindi ko nakuha ang title na class valedictorian, hindi ako sumuko sa aking sarili. Hindi ako humintong mangarap because I had faith in myself and my capabilities. I fully believed that I was made for more. So instead of being paralyzed by my failures, I worked even harder and I dreamt even bigger. As a result of 5 years of sweat and tears of being a working student, I obtained the highest academic honors in the university, which is the summa cum laude. Kaya't anuman ang ibato ng buhay sa inyo, don't let it stop you. But the goal is not to be the smartest person in the room. No, the goal is to commit yourself in excellence and to strive to be the best versions of yourself through hard work, resilience, and determination. That is the way to success. Hope. During these hard times and the surge of the pandemic, we found ourselves in the situation where we had nowhere else to go to but to God. Class of 2022, don't ever lose hope. Believe me, everything will be better if we don't give up now. Huwag niyong hayaang patayin ng pandemya ang inyong mga pangarap. Huwag kayo magpapatalo sa takot at magpapagapo sa kahinaan. Hindi ito ang oras upang sumuko. Don't let it steal your youth and your potentials. Don't ever give up on your dreams. You know that light that you see when you first wake up in the morning? Or the breath in your lungs? Or the pounding of your heart? That is what you call hope. Habang may buhay, may pag-asa. Sometimes though, when we do keep our hopes up, and despite the purest intentions of our heart, we still find ourselves disappointed by life or by people that we trust most. We might encounter a delay or a redirection, but it only means that we have better things ahead for us. What's meant for us may take a little longer than expected, or it might present itself in a different way. Pero kung ano yung para sa'yo yun, and no one can take it away from you. Love. Among the three things, faith, hope, and love is the greatest. But I'm not talking about love life. Kahit alam ko yan ang favorite yung topic. But while we are on the subject of love, I want to share to you something that my mom instilled with me since I was a little girl. Gamitin ang utak, huwag ang puso. Whenever you make a decision in life, no matter how big or small, I want you to remember this saying, gamitin ang utak, huwag ang puso. Always think logically and reasonably. Huwag magpapadala sa emosyon. Don't choose easy over right. Not everything that feels good is the right thing to do. Sa madaling salita, huwag muna kayong mag-aasawa. Unahin niyo muna inyong sarili, ang pag-aaral niyo at ang pamilya niyo. Dahil ang pag-aasawa, madali lang yan. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but take me as an example. I'm almost 30 years old, but I'm still waiting for the perfect time to settle down. Because right now, I'm focusing my time and energy towards my family, fulfilling not only my dreams, but theirs too. I know as children, we should not be obligated to repay our parents with anything. But wouldn't it be noble if we give them the lives that they deserve before we start our own family? Pero kung meron na rin naman din kayong pamilya, it's totally fine. It just means na kailangan nyo magdoble kayod because you're no longer living for yourself, but for your whole family. Okay, back to the normal programming. Another important thing that this pandemic has taught us is to love people. During this pandemic, we were confined within our own homes due to lockdowns and stay-at-home orders. We learned that nothing is more important than the safety of our loved ones and the welfare of our family. Perhaps some of you has lost someone in your life during this pandemic, and this has shown us the reality and the brevity of life. You see, we can talk about how to be successful or how to achieve your dreams all day long, but without life, none of these make sense. And without love and no one to dedicate it to or share your successes with, none of these things matter. Despite of how much I've come so far in my career, do you know what I consider to be my biggest achievement in life? Making my family proud, especially my mom. Giving her the life that she deserves, fulfilling her dreams one by one. This is real success. So when this graduation ceremony is over, I want you to give your siblings and your parents the biggest kisses and the warmest hugs. I want you to sincerely thank all of your teachers and faculty members who chose to show up even in the most dangerous time of their career. And most especially, I want you to give yourself a tap in the back saying congratulations, you made it. Your perseverance and your resilience brought you this far. But this is only the beginning of your best life yet. Once again, this is Ate Kim, a Luis Aguado National High School alumna na nagsasabing ang buhay ay hindi weather-weather lamang. Bagkus, life is what you make it. In closing, I want to encourage you that if I was able to achieve many great things in my life, I have no doubt that you too will achieve many bigger things in your life if you work harder and if you dream bigger. Always remember the three things: faith, hope, and love. Nothing is impossible if you have faith in yourself, if you don't lose hope, and if you foster love in your heart. Again, congratulations, God bless, and mabuhay, graduates of the class of 2022.